Hi everyone, I'm Aditi from Mentoring Finance, and today I have the pleasure of introducing Ms. Amrita Kamaraj, a distinguished alumnus of our institute. Ms. Amrita hails from the bustling city of Bangalore and boasts an impressive educational background, holding qualification as Chartered Accountant and an MBA. Currently, she serves at Northern East, bringing her wealth and expertise and experience to the finance sector. Ma'am, do you want to add anything or say anything?
You've given a brief introduction, and I have had a long journey actually, like a 15 years of experience. And I started off in Mumbai. I was born and brought up in Khar, Bandra, so that is where I have lived all my life. And got a wonderful opportunity being in the finance capital to do CA. So CA is just not an ordinary exam. It's an exam which tests your strategy. It tests your capability to manage multitasking or do multitasking at the same time. It also tests your stamina and strength, because not everyone clears it in the first go. So do you have the capability to bounce back and get back after a hit? So it really tests you, breaks you, and makes you, and sets the very foundation of your life, to handle any problems which may come in the future. So that's a very good part of it. And it started off that way, So I started with a firm called TR Chadda. I did my articleship there. And that's how it began. So I got exposed to all different kinds of audits and, statutory audit, tax audits, internal audits. So the beginning of a financial journey, the footprints of it were long back. So that's how it started. And then later on, things went by, and, I pursued my MBA from Narsi Munji Institute, of Bombay. So that was also a very good experience. So one hand, I learned to get into the details of doing things, like, getting to the grassroots. And the other hand, I learned how to present things very well. So that helped me a lot in my career, because I was that kind of a person who could understand things as well as present it very well. I met Sir during the phase of me when I was, trying to clear my CA finals. And at that point of time, I guess it was a phase of change from, the normal accounting standards to IFRS, and the whole world was very scary of what this new IFRS is. It looks like some demon, and how are we going to really, you know, uh, get control of this and gain understanding of this. So that was that initial phase of step for me, but I think, meeting him in person and learning from him, I was very encouraging. The first thing is, as a student, you're all the time, all the time, you reach this ups and downs, and many a times you're demoralized with things. And maybe at a younger age, you don't know how to handle it. So you're just in college, and you don't know. You think you have just hit once means you're finished. It's not that way. So whereas sir was very encouraging, Ram sir, and he was like, you should, stay motivated, keep going, it will just build you in the future. And I think I did IFRS at the right time. And, at that point of time, he used to take the classes fully himself. So it was very nice the way he used to explain, make complicated stuff look simple. So I think I used to like that, and it definitely helped me in, the financial audits and the statutory audits. It definitely helped at that point of time for sure. And it is nice to keep in touch, because with LinkedIn today, the world has become a very small village. Now I have moved to Bangalore, so I can stay in connect or reach out to him, because of this situation. So I think that was like a very good phase of my life. And as a person, I felt you should keep learning, keep growing, learn new things, try to challenge yourself, do what you like. There's something as ikigai, it's a Japanese concept. So ikigai says you should do what you like to do, and do that which you are the best. If you bring that to the world will, appreciate it, and you're actually doing a service. It's like that. So I guess, teaching is a very noble profession, and it's like you're really giving something to the society. It's not just doing something for money, it's also doing something for the youth, for the new generation. You're planting seeds, which will be rooted and, grow into this voluminous trees. So if the seeds are planted right, it will grow very, fruitful. So I guess that interaction with her at that point of time was very helpful. And one more thing I would like to highlight is he was not like a pure faculty who was only like into the books. He was a man who had experienced the corporate world. He knew what it is. He knew what ups and downs are. And then you're able to, leverage the bookish knowledge with the practical experience. This everyone cannot do, right? So that was something which was very good
Yes.
for us as students at that point of time. And I think overall it was very positive. And I think anybody who is clearly pursuing a goal towards a financial field should do IFRS. So it just opens up your vision, and it's nice if somebody's teaching you, because it's like after a particular phase in your life you have to learn on your own. There's nobody's going to really guide you and teach you, but if somebody's teaching you, I think that's just like a true blessing, to make things simpler and just get a different perspective of how to look at things. So that's all I have. And if you have any particular questions, I'm ready to answer.
Yeah, sure. I mean, can you share any example of how you used IFRS knowledge in your, to make a positive impact at your workplace? Or
Oh, yes, that was like a long back, as I said, it's like, a decade back.
yeah,
But yes, it definitely did help me because, as I said, at that part of time, there was a shifting from accounting standards to IFRS. So it was all of a new thing to learn and understand. So I think once we did the IFRS course, your mind just opened up, how to understand new things, apply it in your life, and apply it in your work in specifically, like, the various standards, the differences. So majorly it was, there were a kind of upskill from the regular standards, and that is what we had to apply in the financial aspect, and it definitely worked well, I would say. Yes.
okay, okay. Like any advice you would like to give to future students who are considering taking up this as a course, IFRS as a course?
I think, if you see a CA is normally, getting into the financial controller role, or, it goes into the CEO role. So if you're aspiring to get into the top management role, it's a good thing to do an IFRS course. It gives you a very clear-cut, a detailed understanding of the standards, the latest updates, and definitely helps you in a proper decision making.
Okay, okay. Any special memory about Rammohan sir, or like our institute,
Yeah,
anything you want to share?
yeah. You have any more questions?
Yes, yes. I'm asking you that any special memory of our institute or about Rammohan sir. I guess, I guess you have lost your connection.
Lost you.
Hello, am I audible now? You're like you're on mute. I can't hear you.
We unmuted that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just asking you any special memory of Rammohan sir of our institute, anything special? Do you want to share anything about Rammohan sir?
Yes, I think, I think he had a vision long back, of what he wanted to do, how he wanted to help out the student community. And I think, people have you made it a pure business model, generally. But I think Ramsa has been very genuine, very approachable. And being in industry and having that industry experience, the kind of guidance he can provide is different. He understands what it is. He understands your problems. So as CA
Yes.
students, we were working, we were studying, so it was all together. So he could understand, and he would always be that patient teacher to listen to your problems. So I think I like that about him. Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us today. Your insights were really valuable.
Yes.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Ciao. Bye. Thanks,
Yeah.
Aditi, for having me here.
Bye bye.